Hi, how's everyone doing tonight? So, I am back with another mindfulness practice, and this one is super exciting. And the idea with it is that you're kind of going to reassess and reevaluate your homeostasis. So, you're going to check in, it's actually kind of like a chakra alignment. But there's two parts to it. So I'm going to walk you through. I want you to do a little bit of thinking, and then we'll do a little meditation to align with the chakras. So the idea with the chakra alignment is that we have 7 different chakras, and each chakra is connected with the different systems within the body, and they work from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. So I'm just going to list the 7, and then I'll tell you kind of what I want you to ask yourself to, which is going to be your tuning in to each little component of the body, and just sort of a check-in, a self-check-in to see kind of how you're feeling. So the root chakra is at the very base of the spine. So this is the area that you're going to focus on as you kind of do the check-in and the meditation. Which we aren't doing yet. We're just going to go through and you write down on a piece of paper what your answer to this, the first thing that comes to mind. And that's always the best way to kind of go about it, is that's just, kind of intuitively and consciously what comes to you first. So the root chakra is basically your basic needs. So I want you to ask yourself, what is something that you can do in your life that always makes you feel safe? Write it down. The second is the sacral chakra, and this is your center of sensuality. These are connected to the sexual organs. So in your life, and this is sort of where they sit kind of right in the bowl of the pelvis, so this would be the area you'd focus on. So ask yourself, what is something that you do for yourself where you feel really sensual, where you feel, kind of that juicy passion. So what is something that makes you feel sensual? The third chakra is the gastric. So this is kind of the belly area, and it's connected with the digestive organs. Here, this is everything to do with digestion, not just digestion within, the food process, but also how we digest events that we're faced with, how we digest emotions. All that's connected here with this center. So ask yourself, what is something that you do when you are trying to, digest information? What is a practice that you do? Do you go talk to a friend? I don't even want to say them. First thing that comes to mind. Okay, the next one is the not sacral. Oh, we did that one already. The solar plexus. The solar plexus sits kind of right at that base of the ribs. Just at the kind of where the diaphragm sits. And this is sort of where our dharma, our chi, our drive, our passion, where this sits. It's where we feel that that drive when we're, compelled to do something. So what is something that you are passionate about? The next is the heart chakra. This is our sense of compassion. This is where we feel love, where we feel loved. So, what is something that you are compassionate about? Something that you love, someone even. The next chakra is the throat, and this is our creative center. So the archetype that's kind of attached to this is the artist. And when I say artist, we're talking about the singer, the teacher, the literal artist, the writer, and it being in our throat is also how we communicate. So, and this chakra is also connected with the sacral, which was the sensual side, and the sensual chakra, sacral chakra is kind of where our creativity is born, and then this feeds in. So the throat is kind of where we follow through on that creativity. So, what is something that you enjoy doing in your creative time? What is something that you produce? The next is the third eye. So this is just that space in between the brow. And this is kind of, where our intuition sits. It's very esoteric. So with the brow and the crown chakra are just very esoteric kind of the spiritual centers. When we have clarity in the third eye, we notice a lot of synchronicities. And the crown is just kind of this universal. It's like the full, once we kind of do that full loop around when we're really functioning in our optimum. So these kind of, you can kind of write down a comment just for both of these. So when you feel really connected, when you feel like you're part of that greater community, when you feel like you're functioning at your optimum, what are you usually doing, or how does it feel? So write that down. And once you have all of that, take some time to look at that and read into that. Ask yourself those questions. Does it lead you to think of anything? Does it, are any of them hard to answer? Those might suggest blocks that you're experiencing in any of those centers. And if we carry any blocks in the chakras, then our energy is not flowing completely. And that might be, where we end up experiencing pain in your life, where we're experiencing issues in relationships, with work. It could be anything. So whenever we have blocks is when things don't feel like they're functioning the way they are supposed to be. So once you can recognize a block, you can focus on that area of the body. You can focus on that sacral, that chakra space, and begin to try and break through that block. So now we can come and we'll just do a meditation. Actually, I don't even think we really need to do this together. So I'm just going to again go through this, because I think that if any of that resounds with you, I don't want to set a certain time limit on the meditation, because this could be, as little as 1 minute, and just literally visualizing, a clear flow of energy from the root chakra through to the crown. But you might also find that you really want to sit and focus on certain locations, and you might be sitting there for half an hour. I don't want to be the one to kind of determine that for you. So again, each center, and when you sit and do the meditation, you can kind of just like picture that as just kind of, a circular space. It's kind of said that these chakras operate as kind of like these spinning vortexes, so you can visualize that. That they're rotating again, with ease. But like I said too, sometimes when I do this meditation, I just really like to follow the breath kind of up and down the spine, and just visualize that it's flowing without any blocks, breathing. It follows right up to the crown, exhale, and empty it right down to the root. So again, the centers that you're going to visualize is the root chakra. So you can kind of picture that being at the base of the spine, the tailbone. The perineum is also another location that's connected with the root. So visualizing that space. The sacral is the kind of like the bowl of the pelvis. Visualizing the vortex sitting within that space. Next, the belly, the diaphragm, the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown. So you kind of want to just give at least a moment focusing on each center, and then really just, give yourself some time to sit on the inhale, visualizing the breath come up, coming up the center, exhale, emptying from the crown down to the base, and let yourself, take as much time as you need. I hope that you find that really helpful. I hope that you enjoy this. It's not going to be for everybody, but I think the thing with mindfulness practices is finding the ones that feel really good for you, because those are the ones that you'll do over and over again and turn to as resources when you need them. So I am a certified yoga instructor. I've ran Laughing Falcon Yoga Studio in Barry's Bay, and now we're kind of just traveling abroad, and I'm still teaching. So if any of this interests you, if you have more questions about mindfulness or yoga, you can reach out to me, and I'm super happy to answer. So it's great to connect with all of you. Again, have fun with the meditation. I suggest, if you've watched the video and you like it, go do it right now. Okay, take care.